Yes. So the very first question is, what is web application? So you can see a web application or web app is a client server computer program which the client runs in a web browser. Now, if you see, there are two terms here, client and server. So what is the difference between client and server? Can anyone tell me what is
Client
client and
is
what is server?
client is front end and server is back end.
If I ask what is the need of front end and what is the need of back end?
Server provides service to clients.
Client get the service from server and server provide the service to the client.
Yes. So what client does? It makes request to the server and server is giving response. Okay. So client is making request and server is giving the response. Okay, in technical term. Okay, so whatever you are telling, that is true. Can you give me example of some clients?
Like a mail server.
So if you talk about client, so normally client is for what? Client is going to be used for making request. So how you can make the request to a server? What you are doing? Do you know browser, Mozilla, okay, Chrome, something like that? So browsers are going to be treated as client, and server which one is going to give you response. For example, Tomcat, JBoss, etc., etc. And what are the example of some common web applications? So you can see here common web applications include Gmail, Facebook, okay, online access. So there are two things. Do you know the difference between website and web application? Technically, see nowadays people are using both the things, interchangeably. Interchangeably means websites are going to be, known as web application. Web applications are going to be known as, web, websites. But actually, both are different things if you talk technically. So, what is difference between website and web application? Anyone? Any idea? Whatever you know, just tell. Yes. Someone was telling something. Static and dynamic term. So websites are, static, while web application is dynamic. Okay. So what is the difference between static and dynamic?
Static website means you have to refresh every time, but the dynamic you don't need to refresh; it automatically refreshes the page.
See, static means fixed. Okay, websites. If you say websites are, static things actually. Means suppose you have created your profile page. Okay, so your name, your father's name, okay, your age, your education. Every time a user is any user is accessing this page, he is going to get the same content. Everyone, okay, user one, okay, user two. user 1, user 2, everyone is going to get the same content. Fine? Means content is not going to change according to the user. So that is what? That is called a static page, and websites are what? Websites are actually static. And what is web application? In web application, this content, please mute my friend. So, and in dynamic, what is happening? Whatever the contents, okay, that can be changed according to the user. What is, for example, suppose this is the Facebook page, first page of the Facebook page. So suppose this is Prabhat user, okay, this is Ayush. So these are the two different users. They are, entering their user ID and password. So what is happening? Something is going to be fixed here, okay? The format is going to be fixed here, but content, if you see here, some photograph is going to be appear. So if Prabhat is going to log in, this page, on this page, the photograph of Prabhat is here, okay? If Ayush is going to log in, Ayush is getting his own photograph. So you can see the content is going to be changed according to the user. Means at the runtime content is changed. It's not fixed. Okay. So that is called what? That is called web application. But nowadays people are using website and web application term interchangeably. And that, okay. Now, types of application in Java. So basically, there are two types of applications. You can see here desktop-based application and web application. So actually, we are mainly concerned with web application. But what are the desktop applications? Okay, you can see the examples of, okay, desktop application means to run them you don't need browser, but web applications are going to be needed browser to run. Okay, and what are the applications of, what are the examples of desktop based applications like Paint, Word, Excel? Okay, these are example of, desktop based applications. Web application, as you have already seen, Gmail, Facebook, Yahoo. Okay, some people are considering websites also under web applications. So basically, these are dynamic web pages. So someone told front end and back end actually. Okay. So front end means what? Something like at client side. So client side technologies, or you can say it front end technologies. So they are going to provide you what? They are going to provide you user interface so that a user can send his or her request. So there are various, client side technology like, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery. So what is happening at client side? So these things, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, means client side technologies are going to run at client computer, at client side. Okay. And what about server side technologies? See, server side technologies. JSP and servlets are what? JSP and servlets, whatever we are going to study, that is our main concern. Okay. Our main concern is JSP servlet. So JSP servlets are server side technology. So there are two things. This is client. Client is making what? Client is making request to the server. So JSP servlet or server side technology means they are going to run inside a server. For example, we are going to use Tomcat, 9, 8, 9, whatever you can use. So JSP and servlets are going to run within this server at server side. That's why they known as what? They known as server side technology. And these are HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, whatever. They are what? They are going to run at client side. So they are known as what? They are known as client side technology. So what is the job of JSP servlets? Actually, if you see JSP oblique servlet, so see, technically both are same thing. After some time we'll realize. Okay. But both are what? Server side technology. And what their job? So used to generate dynamic HTML content. Means on demand. They are going to generate HTML, dynamic HTML. And then that is going to be sent as response as a client. Okay. So this one is generating HTML and this HTML is going to be sent over here. But remember that HTML is going to run here. That's why we are saying HTML is what? Client side technology, not run side. Server is, although producing HTML, your HTML is not going to run inside server. It's going to run inside your browser, means client. That's why it's called client side technology. Now, JSP servlets, they are technologies. Remember, don't think they are what? They are language. Java is what? Java is a language. But JSP servlets are what? JSP servlets are based on technologies. Okay. Sorry, JSP servlets are technologies which are based on core Java. You can see. Right? If you want to ask anything, you can ask. No problem in between. So, okay. This one you will realize after some time. So application, desktop, and web application. So a little bit more you can see. So this is your client. Okay. This is your server. So server is doing what? Server is generating dynamic pages for you, for client. And it's going to send over here. Fine. And here it's going to run. So there are many technologies for client side, Angular, React, JavaScript, jQuery, HTML. And in this process, see, while generating the HTML, the server can interact with database also, okay, to help generating the HTML contents. So you can see some server-side technologies like, okay, PHP, Python, JSP servlets, Node.js. So these are server-side technology. Python is, sorry, PHP. This one is also a popular thing, but this one is from different vendor. Okay. But we are, since you are a Java person, so you should know JSP server technology. And what are the different types of server? So most popular one is Tomcat, but we are going to use. You can see some other one, Jetty, WebLogic, Wildfly, WebSphere. So if you know one, you can use other one also. So what JSP and servlet do? So JSP and servlet give the capability to run your program on server. This one, remember, every web application has a fixed structure. If you want to create a web application, what you need to do? You must need to follow a fixed directory structure. Means where to keep your files. This one may be looking, a little bit confusing, but you can see here. This outer one is what? This one is, you know, this one is your project. Okay. Within project, you can see there is another web.inf folder. This is called what? This is web.inf folder within that one. And within INF folder, you have another two folder, classes, okay, lib. So don't worry about meta INF. So within classes, whenever you are writing a class, servlet is what? Servlet is basically a class. So whenever you are writing a class, so that is going to be put within classes. Okay. Lib folder is for what? Lib means library. So it keeps your Java library like jar files. Basically, lib folder is going to contain jar files. For example, if you want database connectivity, so you need what? MySQL jar, okay, JSTL jar. So whatever the jars you are going to put in lib folder. Now, if I ask what is jar, anyone can tell me what is jar? What are jar files? Anyone having any idea? Tell me.
You can download some files with jar.
Simply jar means what? Jar means collection of classes. There is one folder here, something like that. You have put it, many classes in one file. Okay, that is what? That is called a jar. That extension is jar. So it's a collection of classes. And there is one important file here. So you can see here classes is one folder, leave is one folder. But this is web.xml file. Remember, the name is always going to remain. Means you cannot change this name. Web.xml means web.xml. Is small. Everything in is small. So everything should be in small. You cannot change. This is also known as deployment descriptor. This is one of the most important files. Okay, which is used to map, servlet, filter, listener, reels. Meta INF, okay. So this is in private scope and used for connection pooling. So in private scope, if something is private scope, it means that cannot be accessed directly. And if something is in public scope, so that can be accessed directly. So within just your application, you are keeping what you are keeping in this area, your JavaScript, your HTML, your AMG, your images, your CSS. But here, see, we are discussing, JSP. But here I have not written any JSP. I have not written JSP. What it means. Remember, JSP is something more than HTML. Right? So JSP provide you your program capability to what? Produce dynamic web pages. But if you are using only HTML, so dynamic pages cannot be provided. Okay. So remember, if the simplest JSP is what? If I save my file .html with .jsp, then it will become JSP. Okay. But in JSP, you can put some more things apart from HTML. Right? So what is servlet? So see, servlets are Java programs that can be run dynamically from a website. Okay? And servlets are server-side technology. Okay? And another, you can see definitions like a servlet is an intermediate layer between a request of a client and web server. Servlet is not a language. Servlets are based on multi-threading. So multiple users are requesting to the server, and what is happening? Server is delegating that request to what? Different servlets. Okay, by creating multiple threads. So you can realize all these stuff. But I think it's time to do a program first. Otherwise, theory is not going to help you a lot. So let us do one thing. See, I think everyone can see my screen. Okay. So,
Yes.
see, you can note down steps also. So we are going to create, a web project, the simplest web project with only servlet. Okay. So see, go to File, New. Can you see here? Java project, package, whatever. So you need to select here dynamic web project. See, till now what you have done? Till now you have selected this Java project. Okay. So now you don't need to do this. What you need to do, you need to create dynamic web project. Okay. So there is nothing like dynamic web project here. So what you can do, go to other. Okay. And here, see, can you see here dynamic web project? The answer is yes. If you are not able to see here, you can type also. Okay, dynamic. So see, as soon as you type, if it's there, dynamic web project. So click here and next. Okay. Now here you should write the name of the project. Okay. So what should be the name of the project? Okay. I'm going to write servlet. Okay. Servlet. Okay. It's a meaningful name. Servlet demo. Fine. Servlet demo. Or servlet. Okay. Someone is telling something. Okay. Just you can ask. Okay. See, don't write in chat. You can ask me. Okay. You can interrupt me. You can ask me if you want to ask something. So servlet day one. Okay. Fine. And see, if you see here target runtime. Okay. So runtime. See here. Apache I have selected. Okay. This one. Okay. And now you don't need to do anything. Just see it. Okay. Then I will come to you. Next. Okay. Next. No, don't generate right now. Anything. Finish. So in a different perspective, this project is going to open. So do just yes here right now. So now you can see here servlet day one. Okay. So there are two things here. Front end and back end, as you told, for requesting, but you need to do front end things like JSP is going to be used for front end. Remember, I will tell you. Okay, don't worry. Or HTML, for example, HTML, JavaScript, whatever for front end things which are going to create presentation. So you are going to put that in web content part. And what about the Java code? Pure Java code you are writing. Remember, servlet is a pure Java code. Okay, so you are going to put that code in Java resources. So remember two things only: Java resource folder and web content folder. You don't need to look other one. So now open this Java resource. So you can see here src folder. So yes, this one is useful for you. If I click here, nothing inside it. Fine. So now let's see. We are going to use this one. So I'm going to create a servlet first. Okay, and no, I'm not going to use any JSP. But first of all, let me see someone was saying something. Where I can find it intermediate my phone is not good. So okay. Are you not able to see in IntelliJ web project, dynamic web project? Anyone is using IntelliJ?
Yeah, I can help on that.
Help him. Okay. So see what we are going to do. Right click here, the next step. New, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a class. Right? So see. So class C, you already know what is package. So whenever you are creating a class, what you are going to do, you are always creating a package so that it would be easier to organize your classes. So just I am writing package what as a day one, simple. Okay, so that if I see, I can understand. Okay, and here I can write also day one dot. If you want, you can write like this also, meaningful name, something like this. Type name means class name. Servlet is simply a class. But 1 minute. See why I am doing it. Just 1 minute. Close this. Don't do this. Don't do this. I can directly create a servlet. New, and see here. Can you see here new servlet? Yes. So just directly create it. Please mute. I'm getting disturbed. Someone. Oh my. Srestha, Unix Srestha.
It's Puna. Please mute.
Please be careful always. It's creating a lot of disturbance. So see, create servlet. You can servlet is a class, okay. So you can directly, create class. You can write manually. But why I'm doing like this? Because Eclipse is giving me some support. It's going to save my time. Okay, that's the use of editor. So now I'm going to give a Java package name. So Java package name is, for example, day one. Okay, day one dot servlet. You can write something like this. It's your choice. Class name means what is the name of servlet. Name of servlet or class name is hello servlet. Simple. Hello servlet. Fine. Now just do next. And whatever selected, don't do anything, just finish it. Now you'll see a lot of things here. So now you can realize Why I didn't created a class? So if I simply create a class, what will happen? All the things whatever written here, I need to write manually. Okay, but Eclipse has given a template for me. So see what you need to do. First of all, remove unnecessary things. Okay, otherwise you'll be confused. So see, this is a comment I'm deleting. Okay, now this is what delete this one also. Static, final, or okay, that is not delete this one. Delete this part also, this part also. Now you'll realize now we are left with two methods: do get and do post. After some time, I will discuss what is the difference between get and post method. So you need at one time you'll be needed only one, either do get method or do post. See right now you can use any one. Okay, so see I'm deleting do post method. Fine. So control S, delete this one also. Now this is your very first server. Okay, what this one is going to do? Just run it. Just run it. Okay. Right click, run as, and run as you can see run on server, not Java application. Okay, you cannot see here Java, run on server. And here it's selected. Okay, next. If you do next, so you can see there are some other projects here. So don't do anything, just here remove all. So unnecessary things are going to be removed. This is my project, sublet day open. Finish it. Okay, just keep it okay. Restart server, yes. Now your server is going to be restarted. This is what? This is your output. See, what is your output? Your output is served at servlet day one. If you see here, go down. This is a method, okay? Don't worry about this. Okay, response dot get writer dot append servlet add dot append context bar. Okay. Now, what is the main thing? If you see this HTTP, one minute. Copy this. You can copy this URL. This is called what? This is called URL. Copy this URL. Control C, and open browser, any browser. So see, this is the browser. You can paste here. Control B and enter. Can you see here? You are getting here output also. Since I am using my what? Local server, Tomcat. So first of all, don't rely on Eclipse browser. This is what? Whatever opened here. You can see this output in the Eclipse browser. So don't rely on Eclipse browser. If you are not getting right output, okay. So it's better to use, Chrome or Internet Explorer, whatever the browser you are having in your system. Okay. So you can copy this URL and you can paste that URL in your computer browser and you can press that. So you are getting this. Now, fine. First of all, a couple of things are to be noticed here. Can you give me some time? 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute of time. 1 minute. I need to take a snapshot of this. What is happening? Uh, this and here. Uh, okay. Okay, so a couple of things are to be noticed here. This is your URL, HTTP localhost 8080 is what? 8080 is the port number where your Tomcat is generally running. If you want, you can change this port number also. Okay. And servlet day one, this is what? This is the name of the project. And after then, you can see this is hello servlet is what? Hello servlet is the name of your servlet. Fine. Now, see, first of all, see this. I think I should copy this program. Control C and print. Oh, Control. Okay. So I have written a class hello servlet, but is it a servlet? The answer is no. Until unless you don't extend this class, this is inbuilt class. Okay, HTTP servlet. Okay, HTTP servlet is what? HTTP servlet is going to contain features of a servlet. So what I'm doing, I'm creating my own class and I'm extending HTTP class. So my hello servlet will become the child of this class. So what will happen, inheritance? My servlet, my class is going to inherit the feature of a servlet since its parent is servlet. Okay. So if you want to make your class a servlet, you must need to extend or inherit HTTP servlet. Remember this. Now, and number two, you need to implement either do get method or do post method. Okay. So I have used here do get method. So this is the syntax. You don't need to remember this. Okay, everything you cannot remember. So this one is fixed. You just need to know this one is taking two parameters. One is called request, another one is called response. Okay, so request can be represented by this interface, HTTP servlet request, and response can be represented by this interface, HTTP servlet response. Okay, and see, this is a variable. Okay, and this response is what? This is a variable. Here, if you want, you can change a request, so you can write req, response, so you can here write res. So request and response are what? Request and response are objects. Okay, so when you are sending request to the server, so what is this request? This request is an object which is going to contain a request information, that what I want, what I am sending, etc., etc. information you are sending as a request, and as a response, so as a response, what server is going to do? It's going to return you an object. So response is what? Response is also an object, remember. So this is response, okay, and it's going to contain HTML, whatever, okay. Just it's going to contain response contents. So these are the two objects, and they can be represented by reference of these two things: HTTP servlet request, and this is called HTTP servlet response. If some problem is coming, so it's throwing servlet exception, IO exception. We don't worry about that. Now, what you want? You want to print something in the browser. So remember, if you want to print something in the browser, you cannot write system.out.println. If you write system.out.println, where it's going to be printed? If you realize, it's going to be console. Good. It's going to be printed in the console. If I write here, for example, see, it's OUT. So, hello, I am servlet. Servlet, from which method? Do get method. From do get method. So anything you can write here. Okay. So this one is actually what is happening. Sometimes it's reflected. Okay. Let us see if it's not reflected. I think it's not going to be reflected. So what you need to do? Can you see here? Problems, console, and here it's your server. So now I'm terminating this. Okay. Now again I'm going to run this program. See, right click, run as server. Next, finish. So see the console. This is what? This is console. Can you see this? In console, what you are getting? In console, you are getting hello, I am servlet from Google. And this is what? This is your browser. So the question is, whatever is going to be printed here, this is not for a normal user. Normal user is not going to see the log of server console. This is for programmer, for me, for you, not for user. The user part is this one. User is interested in this one. So see here. If you want to print something in the browser, what you need to do? You need a special type of pen. You can say pen is going to be used for writing something. You can think like that. So how you can get that pen? A special pen which is going to be used to write in the browser. So response object, using response object, you are writing, you are calling the method get writer. So this is giving you what? A writer. Okay. And dot append method is for what? It's going to write something, append, okay, in the browser, served at, and then it's going to give you the path again, dot append request dot get context path. So context path means application. So what's going to happen? You can see here application name. So served at, okay, and then application name means context path or context name. It's what? It's servlet day one is going to be printed. Now what we are going to do? Okay. Just I am going to comment it. class. If you see this, somewhere I have written it or not. Let me check. No, we'll go to this step after some time. Yes, you can see the servlet class, okay, here. So this is our hello servlet. Fine. This is the class. This is user defined servlet. You can see. User defined means I have created this. So I must need to extend HTTP servlet class. And if you see the internal structure, HTTP servlet class is extending another class, that is generic servlet class, and generic servlet class is implementing an interface, that is servlet interface. Sorry. Now, please see this. That was a very first program. I didn't done anything in that. Okay. Now see, I want to print something like hello world. Okay, in some better format. So what I can do? Okay. So you can see here, response dot set content type and text public HTML. So what it's telling you? It's telling you to the browser that which type of content I am sending, so that browser can read that and he can take the action according to this content type. Okay, so you need to tell. So see, normally if you are not sending something as a content type, so it's going to be treated as a plain text. Okay, but if you want to treat some text as HTML, then what you need to do, you need to mention here content type, that hey browser, I am going to send something and the type of that one is HTML, so that please treat this text as HTML, not a simple text. Okay, so you need to tell this response dot set content type is text oblique HTML. Now I want to print something, so response dot get writer, okay, dot append, and what I can write, whatever you want to write. I want to write some HTML, so hello world I have written, but since I want to use HTML, so here I have used tag, h1 tag. So see what I'm going to do. Response, see, always I'm doing copy paste. Here is response, control C, control V, response dot what, set, if you see, set content type, see, set content type, and what I need to do, right here, text oblique HTML. Fine. So I have set the content type. Okay, I'm telling it to browser. This information is for browser, that please treat this content as a HTML. Now I want to write something. So how I can write response? I need I need a writer. So response dot get writer I will write, and then I will do this, something like this. Copy this format. Control C and control V. And here what I'm going to do. Double quote. I'm going to write H1. Okay. And hello. This is my first servlet. If you know HTML, so this is H1 tag, and here you need to close it also. This is started here. Again, write H1, and so it will be closed here. Now, okay, so shut down this server, and here uh, close this, right click, run as, run on server, next, finish. See this. Can you see this? Hello, this is my first server. So if you want to control C, some more things. See, there are different tags. Control V, I am writing. Control V, I am writing here, and Control V. So in HTML there are different tags. So I can write here H2. Here I can write H2, and here I can write H3. Here I can write H3. So font size are going to be changed. H1, H2. If you are writing H1, H2, H2. So our main concern is not to learn HTML here. Okay, so don't worry about that. Don't concentrate on HTML part. Some servers are refreshing this. But this one is not refreshing. Now refresh. Can you see this? Our output. Hello, hello, hello.
Yes. Yes.
Do you have any query, question, any confusion till now? Raja?
So I just want to ask something. So is it like you have to mention like the content type every time you wanna throw something on a?
Yes. Remember, yes.
So can you show like if you were to use a CSS on that HTML, like how we do it? Do it in a
See,
separate line or?
more.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to add a CSS to this text, like how you do it? Like, do you do it separately on a different line or like?
No. For CSS, you don't need to do that.
Okay.
Okay. When you write this HTML, so automatically, that is going to contain some CSS, or it will refer to that CSS and it will be taken.
Okay.
So that is not an issue. Okay.
Cool. Sure. Thank you.
Concentrate on this part. What is happening? Okay. Here you can decorate. Okay. After some time, I will tell you this one. Whatever I did here, that is very bad. This is not good. So you are doing, what? Here your servlet is printing something in the browser. Okay. You are writing HTML code where? You are writing HTML code in servlet. Actually, it is not good. Okay. Now, little bit of discussion is required actually. Difference of JSP and servlets. See, mm, I think I have already something, so no need of. Want some good example so that you can can understand. Okay, we can discuss this. Copy and just open it. Don't worry about all these codes. Okay. Uh, First of all, there are two things: presentation logic and business logic. Presentation layer, you can say layer or logic. Okay. Presentation layer and business layer. Business layer. Okay. Anyone having any idea if you know anything? What is called presentation layer and what is called business layer? Okay. I'm expecting.
I think the presentation layer is mainly, the thing that you show to the user using HTML and stuff.
Yes, presentation layer means which is going to be appeared something in front of client or user. Okay. For example, see, if you see this login page, if you see the login page, so login page is going to be appeared like this or not in front of user. Please tell me. Something like this. There will be a login, okay, button, there will be a password here, okay, text box, and here submit button. So this is called what? This is called presentation. Okay. This is called presentation part. For making presentation part, or you can see front part, you are using what? You are using HTML, okay, you are using CSS, you are using JavaScript, fine. And these are going to be generated dynamically by JSP. So what is going to happen? For presentation part, we should use what? Actually, JSP is very powerful and it can contain HTML, CSS, etc., whatever for this, presentation part. So JSP should be used for creating what? For this presentation part. And this is the use of JSP. Okay. And what is business part? See, so this part means this page I have created by JSP. Now, if I click here authenticate button, what should happen? This data, Michael, and suppose here Michael at the rate of 123, something like that, password. So this, when I click authenticate, so what will happen? This data will go to server or not? Please tell me. This page will be submitted to the server for authentication. So this will go to the server. Now server is going to do what? It will check. It may check, ID and password from the database. So it will delegate to its request to corresponding servlet, because there are many servlets in the server. Okay, so it will go to particular servlet for authentication. For example, authentication servlet or login servlet, it will go and it will do what? It's going to check that in the database this one is ID or password is present or not. So this is called what? This is called business logic. How it will check? It will collect this one ID, password, then it will write some query for processing. It will fetch the data from database. Okay, it will check. Okay, so it's going to do some processing internally. Got it? And then when this one is valid, then it's going to return something like valid or invalid. Now suppose this servlet or this server is going to return what? Valid. Something like this. So what will happen? This is just a result. The servlet, see, remember servlet is here itself. Okay, servlet is here itself. So servlet is just going to return valid. Now, what you want? You want something, like in the case of valid, you want, you are a valid user, something like that. Okay, so JSP is going to do what? JSP is going to decorate this, result. So JSP, you can see JSP is going to be used for decoration purpose. And for decoration, what JSP is going to do? JSP is going to use HTML, okay, CSS, JavaScript, whatever. So in JSP, you can write, H1, H2 tag, H3 tag, okay, and you can display this message nicely. Is it fine? Are you getting or not?
Yes.
Okay. One more example I'm taking. One more simple example. Suppose this is a page. Okay. This is a page, something like that. And see what? You want to calculate factorial of a number. So what you want basically here, something like this. Enter the number. Okay. Enter the number. And so enter the number, and here something like a box is appeared here, and there is a button here, something like that. And if you click here, something like, for example, calculate factorial, something like this. So this is the button. So suppose you are entering something here, for example, 4. So what should happen? You want to calculate factorial. So it should go to server or not? Please tell me this part when you click this one. So it will go to the server. So this is server, means you can think it's servlet, something like that. Okay. So there will be it will go to servlet, particular servlet, and suppose this is servlet. Here it's servlet. Fine. Here it's servlet. And what servlet is doing? So servlet is going to take this one, whatever you submitted. So first of all, it will grab 4. Fine. What you need to do? Now servlet is having 4. So servlet is calculate the factorial of 4. How factorial of 4 will be calculated? Servlet needs to apply some logic. It will write some for loop, whatever, for I equals to something, okay, do this. So finally servlet is going to calculate by applying some logic, okay, using for loop. So it will be calculated as what? Something like, it will be 24. So factorial, servlet is going to calculate factorial 24. Now, so what servlet is going to do? Servlet is simply, going to return 24. But what your requirement? Your requirement is something like this. I want to print, I don't want 24. User need to a message something like this. Which type of message? For example, the factorial is what? The factorial is 24. Something like this. Okay. So see, this one is a part of, presentation. This one is a part of presentation. And this one is what? This one is logic part or business. This is called business logic part. Okay. You are here, you are calculating the result, and here what you are doing, you are decorating the result. So before sending, now I told one more thing. JSP is going to run where? JSP will be here itself. So remember, either servlet or JSP, initially they are going to be put here. So what JSP is going to do? JSP will generate, HTML for this. Something like that. You write in JSP here, the factorial is, the factorial is, whatever result 24. JSP is going to do this. And now this is what? This is HTML. So this HTML is going to be sent here to the client, and at client side, this HTML will be executed and this will appear. So you got the idea regarding presentation logic and business logic.
So the servlet and JSP both are the component of a server side.
Yes. JSP servlet are server side technology. So JSP is generating HTML, but HTML is going to be run here in the browser at client side. Got it? JSP is generating HTML. Remember, it's not running. Okay, JSP is generating HTML according to the result, and that is going to be sent here. And browser is interpreting HTML, and in browser, whatever HTML is going to be sent here, then it's going to be appeared here. It's going to run in the browser. So code is going to be generated by JSP. Is it clear or not?
Yes, I just want to bother you with something again. If you're going to write the logic inside the servlet, what's the use of class?
What the use of class? So servlet is what? Servlet is a Java class. Simple. Servlet is a Java class.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to run something, okay, servlet is providing the capability to run your program within a server. Okay, since you see, this is not a simple class. Here it's extending HTTP servlet class, and HTTP servlet is a huge class. It's going to contain a lot of features. So if you just write hello servlet, in that case, it's not going to do anything until unless you extend the feature of a servlet. Who is servlet? HTTP servlet is going to contain the feature of the servlet. So until unless you don't extend HTTP servlet class, this is inbuilt class. This class is not going to become a servlet. Remember.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Anyone, if any doubt, please tell me. See, when you move forward, slowly you will learn it. Okay? For beginners, it's not easy first time. And remember, you don't need to memorize each and everything. Okay. For example, what are the here? Okay, no, that is going to be generated. You should know the concept. Just 1 minute. My battery. Let me connect. So, how much you are getting? If any confusion, tell me. Because I think this is the simplest way I'm telling things. according to me. No question, query. Okay. So, see, creating many programs is not a difficult task. But first of all, so I think you got it. Mm, Difference between this one, presentation logic and, you know, business logic. So for presentation logic, you are using servlet, or so sorry. For business logic, you are using servlet. For presentation logic, you are using JSP. So now if I say this is the right thing, the answer is you should tell it now. This is part of what? This is part of presentation. Hello, this is my first servlet, because that is going to be appeared in front of user. Okay, so technically I should not write it. Okay, technically I should not write it, but since this is your first program, I have written it. Okay, I have not used any JSP. Okay, so since due to that purpose, I have written this, because presentation should be written within JSP. Hello, Akash, can you hear me? Akash, can you hear me?
I'm sorry.
Okay, okay. Why you are sorry? You are muting yourself. Okay, you are busy somewhere. Amrit, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So, Amrit, are you understanding what we are discussing?
Yeah, I'm following you. Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
And Prabhat, as you said, you should not be writing that response.getRight thing, right? I mean, you shouldn't be writing those things. So what should we write instead of those things?
No, no, don't worry about that. Okay, please don't worry about that. Okay, I have not discussed JSP. Okay, just
Okay.
I told this is what I want to tell. I want to tell. See here.
Mhm.
In servlet, I am telling we should not use presentation logic. We should just use business logic. Okay, we should not means I have not used that compulsorily. We cannot. I have not used the term cannot. We should not. Means if you want to write presentation logic in servlet, you can write it. So a little bit, one or two line if you want to write, so you can write that. Okay, there is no issue. But you should try to avoid that, because it's very difficult to embed presentation part in servlet. Double quote, it's tedious task. If you write some more lines, so it's not easy. Okay, so for different things you should use different things. So for presentation part, okay, you should do what? You should use
JSP.
JSP. Okay, JSP, HTML, whatever you say. And for logic part, you should use what? You should use servlet. Okay, pure Java. Okay, pure Java. In servlet you are writing pure Java normally. Fine. Java, logic, for loop, while loop, if, else. But if you want to write HTML, JavaScript, so you should write that one in JSP. Fine. One more practical example I am giving. Okay. When you are going to a restaurant for dinner, what is happening? There is a chef. Okay. Chef is doing what? He is making food for you. Are you getting me? Hello.
Yes,
A
yes,
chef
I'm following.
in hotel, a chef is making food for you, something like this. So you can think chef is serving it, okay? But who is serving it to you? Can you tell me? Is chef is serving it to you?
No.
Who is serving? Waiter. So you can think waiter is something like JSP. But now if I tell, can chef serve it to you or not? Chef is able to serve you also, but you will not like it. Are you getting me?
Oh, yeah.
Chef can also serve you, but but no one like that. Okay, you can think just like this. If you want to if you want to write presentation like in servlet, so servlet can do both the thing, but servlet is not supposed to do that. I hope you got the idea.
Yeah.
Different people have different jobs. Now, I'm not going to create or extend another this program. Since what mm, I want everyone to create a dynamic project like this. First of all, on your machine, you just need, I have just used this one. Control C, and I'm sending this one to you. Chat. Control V. So, can you try to create this program? Please tell me. You have already clicked. Please create in front of me. And if you are getting an issue, just without telling anything, just share your screen. Who one is using IntelliJ? I think everyone is not having Tomcat. I think so. Everyone is having,
Which version of Tomcat are we using?
I think you use 9. Okay, 9.01 whatever. Okay. Do you have that one, or you need to download it?
I had to download it.
Okay, okay. So what you can do? You can Google it. Okay, just let me see. Download Tomcat 9. Tomcat 9 is sufficient. Okay, for Windows. So if you click Control C and oh my God. Just give me 1 minute. Battery.